Hey guys, what's up? This is Ugly Kid back with another video. And before this video gets started, please leave a comment down below. That would be awesome because I make reading your comments videos. So if you guys leave a comment on this video or any other video, it'll go into reading your comments video 100% guaranteed. So please go ahead and do that. Today is my second video recording in the off season because last week I did weekly news because there's a whole bunch of news in the NFL last week, and this week there's even more news. So there is a whole bunch of news to get into, a lot of trades, and teams getting rid of players to have enough money for more players. So there's a lot to get into, so let's do that right now. Alright, so there's a lot of news this week, so we are going to be getting into that, but first I want to talk about, well, not really talk about, but Vance Joseph had a interview this week, and he was asked a little bit about Kirk Cousins, and he said that we had 3 good guys this year, so I'm gonna put a little video of him saying that right now.
All 3 guys were good guys. You know, they all talented guys. All 3 guys were good guys. You know, they all talented guys. All 3 guys were good guys. You know, they all talented guys.
They're all talented guys.
Yeah, I had a little bit of fun editing that. But yeah, that's what he said, so kind of funny. But we are gonna get into all of the news. First off, I'm gonna say what happened today. Today is Friday. Hopefully this actually does come out on Friday. It should. But Rams have traded the defensive end Robert Quinn to the Dolphins. There's not too much news on this trade besides just the headline. So that's quite a big trade that Robert Quinn's going to the Dolphins. Again, no news on what the Dolphins will be giving in return. This, of course, isn't official because they can't actually do this till they can trade again. I forget what the date is exactly. I think I got it somewhere. Yeah, the March 14th is when the trades can happen, so it, of course, won't be official till then. But yeah. Then next, we have Jaguars re-signing Blake Bortles to a 3-year deal, and it's a $54 million contract. So Blake Bortles will be staying in Jacksonville for the next 3 years. So kind of interesting that the Jaguars were going that way. I think Blake Bortles is pretty good, but I don't know. I don't like his attitude versus the way he plays. I think his attitude thinks he's a pretty big shot. And I don't know, that's just me. I've just noticed that from him, but yeah. And then Steelers said that Ryan Shazier won't be playing in 2018. Not too big of a story, because that's pretty expected that he won't play. A lot of people thinking he'll never play again, so he still might never play again. It's just Ryan Shazier will not be playing in 2018, said the Steelers. So yeah. And then Matt Forte retired this week, and yeah, there's just so many stories. Matt Forte has been in the NFL for 10 years, so this is really big. He has helped me a lot in my fantasy football teams when I just needed a little something from a running back. Matt Forte helped me a little bit in my fantasy football, so thank you for that. But yeah, he is retiring after 2 seasons with the Jets. So yeah, very crazy. A lot, again, so many news stories this week. Next one is Panthers release veteran running back Jonathan Stewart. So again, Jonathan Stewart also is on my fantasy team. he didn't do that great. Not this year, but a few years ago. I actually didn't play fantasy football this last year, but yeah, so much good, big news. So we'll be seeing who if Jonathan Stewart is going to be picked up by another team soon. It'll be very interesting to see that. But this is another cut that I think some team will be picking up this player soon, and the story is that the Jets cut Mohamed Wilkerson after 2 years. He definitely just underplayed for how much money they were going to have to give him if they wanted to keep him on the team. So just underplayed. He wasn't like really bad or anything. It's just for the money they were giving him, definitely underplayed. So yeah. And then also some Broncos news. Aqib Talib's future on the team is very uncertain. A lot of people are speculating that Aqib will be cut within the next few weeks. And because before people were saying that Emmanuel Sanders was gonna be cut. Now they're saying he'll stay and Aqib's gonna get cut. But I think out of all these players being paid money, if we're gonna cut one, I think it should be Demaryius Thomas. I've been saying this for years. He's just terrible. Like, he's not horrible. It's just for the amount of money that we're paying him, his motivation to the game. I just don't see him motivated at all. Very undermotivated, dropping balls left and right. This last year wasn't as bad as previous years, but man, for how much we're paying him, I don't know why we still have him. There's other wide receivers on our team that I think are better than Thomas. So yeah, like the only times I have seen Thomas motivated is when Tim Tebow was here, and then when his mom got out of prison to watch him play. He played very aggressively that game, but that's pretty much the only times I can think of off the top of my head that he was really motivated to play. So I don't think we should get well. I'm okay with getting rid of Aqib, but I would rather get rid of Demaryius Thomas. But now another news from this week. This was at the beginning of this week. Is the Vikings are now one of the teams trying to get Kirk Cousins. So that's very big because out of the teams that were trying to get him was pretty much the Broncos, the Jets, and the Browns, and we were kind of the best team, best fit for Kirk Cousins out of those teams. Like kind of best team. And now that the Vikings are in this is much different. It'll be a lot harder for us to get him because Vikings are definitely a better team than us. They went a lot farther in the playoffs. We didn't make the playoffs, so yeah. And then another story is the Bears cut quarterback Mike Glennon after one season. He just underperformed. Not much to say about that. And then there was also some news, mostly speculation, so take this with a grain of salt, but people are saying that Kirk Cousins is looking for a short-term contract so that way he can get the most amount of money at one team and then maybe hop to another. And what the article was, I forget who said this, but he said Kirk Cousins wants a short-term contract so he can double dip. So basically just so he can get more money, pretty much. So I think that's kind of perfect for us. I think it would be great for us to have a short-term contract with him. I think because then we can draft a new QB and then over time see if they're good enough. So yeah. And then I actually only have one more news story, not that big of a news story, but one more news story for this video. But like, just think about all these news stories happened just this week, just from last Friday to this Friday. So much went on. But the last story I have is Gronk. There was rumors of him retiring and going to the WWE or acting for Hollywood, but he will most likely do that after his football career, but that is probably something he will do after his football career, which is kind of interesting to see him in WWE or acting. I could see him as a good actor. So yeah, that's kind of a funny news story. All right, so that's gonna be the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Lot of news. More than last week, but I think I covered this week a little bit faster, so this video is actually shorter, I believe. So maybe we'll see if it, like, now the combine's going on, we'll probably see more news stories next week. So I'll probably be back Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with a new video. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Denver Broncos, they the truth. Quick to hit you with the mile, I salute. Got the doubters and the haters on mute. From head to foot, draped out in orange and blue.